looking back on it, I don't think we should let these things slide, because it's going to be steering the direction of America, and it'll become the norm.
G'day, Al.
G'day,
We're
mate.
back in the Gunners Club.
We are.
Tipping is what I'm talking about. Not cow tipping.
Footy tipping?
Footy.
Footy tipping.
Yeah, footy tipping.
So not cow tipping?
No. Tipping. This is a regular thing that happens in America.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where a percentage of whatever it is that you pay. Because they don't get paid like we get paid. Like a living wage here in Australia. Well, some people quite don't think it's a living wage. But
That's bottom of the barrel.
Yeah,
That's bottom of the barrel.
okay. But, we get paid a living wage, whereas in America, the servers, the waiters, the hospitality industry,
Yep.
they get paid, seriously minimum wage there.
Yep.
And so they rely on tipping.
Yep. I've been there a couple of times. I've witnessed it.
Yeah, to make up their money.
Shortfall.
Yeah,
Yep.
to a living wage.
Yep.
Supposedly. So the bigger your smile, the better your service, the better your tips.
Yep.
And that, to me, that makes sense.
Yep.
I go along with that.
Yep.
But what we're talking about here today is, does it pass the pup test? In other words, is it right? Is it fair? Or does it sound fishy?
That's right. And do you want it to come to Australia?
Because very recent times, I personally have had experience where we've gone to a restaurant, we've had a night out, and like most people, if it's a reasonable amount of money, you pay by card.
Yep.
You don't normally carry that sort of cash in your pocket.
Yep.
So it's several $100, whatever it may be, you pay by card, you don't think of it, you come back. In this particular event, I was telling you about this before, and I don't normally ask for a receipt, but for whatever reason, on this particular night, I asked for a receipt.
That's a big thing, because they say, do you want the receipt? Well, it's not like you're going to return the goods, you've already swallowed it. Yeah. People just leave.
And in any case, it shows up on my account from whatever card I'm paying with. So there it is. What most people don't realise, it doesn't show up as an itemised account. It just shows up as a total that you've paid.
That's right.
Okay? Anyway,
That's
I
right.
asked for the paper receipt out of the swiper machine.
Yep.
So that was good, as my missus usually does. She said, give me that bloody thing because you're just going to lose it. You know what you like. Okay. So I give it to her. There you go. I'm not thinking anything of it. And she's looking at it. And she's going through the itemised list and says, what's this?
Yeah.
What's what? What's the problem?
Yep.
This was like a $600, $700 evening out, right? Because there was a bunch of us and the whole bit. And there was $70 at the bottom of this bill, of the itemised bill.
Wow.
As a tip.
So that could be like 10%.
Yeah. So I said,
Wow.
yeah, okay. I don't have an issue with paying a tip, as I explained to you.
If you get good service.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yep.
I did not consent to this. I was not approached to say, the policy of this restaurant is that, at the end of the evening, whatever the bill is, we add on 10% as a tip.
Yep.
In Australia, that is unheard of. We don't do that here. This isn't... Yeah. So without my consent, they automatically added a $70 tip, surcharge, if you like,
Wow.
onto my bill without my consent.
And realistically, anybody wouldn't give a $70 tip. Let's be realistic. You might throw them $5 or $10. Nobody's going to throw $70. Not in my experience anyway, but that's a big tip.
Well, this is it.
Because if you're talking percentages, it's a percentage of your total, and you're going out with a few people, and old Moneybags wants to pay for the lot, so he copped the big percentage.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's something that's expected, if I was in America and that happened, my brain says, look, whatever it is, you're going to have to add on because that's how much it's going to be, because this is how they do things here.
And you're knowing that going to that country.
Correct.
But here...
Yeah, but The other thing is there was no signs, there was
Communication.
nothing to say that this was going to happen
Yeah.
automatically. What's the story if whoever the server was an utter rude piece of shit?
Yeah.
And
You didn't get a
I'm not
chance
saying
to-
they were.
Yeah.
I'm saying what if
Yep.
they would still automatically add it on?
Or your meals weren't quite right.
Well, that's it.
Yep. They stuffed up, which a lot of places do now because they're busy. They might have just Some people eat before you, and you haven't got your meal.
Yeah.
So the timing's not right. And if you're not given the chance to tip, and you didn't even know that it was going to forcefully come out without your consent, how's
Well,
that right?
that's fraud.
Yeah.
Because it was without my consent. Nobody told me. There's no sign up saying the policy of this restaurant is that we are going to charge you whatever percentage is on top of your bill as a matter of course.
Yep. What do you do about it?
Well, what I did about it was I made a scene, obviously, and the missus is still too embarrassed to go back to that place. But never mind. The point of the matter was that when I confronted, because I went back to the counter after the missus pointed it out to me, I went back to the counter and I said, like Pauline Hanson says, please explain. Yeah. They said, oh yeah, well that's just a normal thing. I said, can you show me
That's
the
not normal.
notice or the sign of where?
I accepted and agreed to these terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I said, oh, look, I'm sorry that you feel that way. We're happy to refund it. I went, whoa. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah.
It's not about refunding it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the server.
Yeah.
It's the fact that
You
I
took
wasn't
it
told.
without asking. Yeah.
Yeah, you took it as a matter of course.
Yeah.
And how many people would not look at the receipt, wouldn't know?
I'm one of them. I just pay and I go. I'm not going to add up all the drinks and all the things and all the stuff, and I just pay. I accept it to be true.
So how many are they getting away with? Now, let's go one step further. If this is indeed a tip, whose pocket is it going into?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you really think it's divvied up?
or does perhaps the restaurant owner get 50, 60% and then maybe the rest gets divvied up? Perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe. Could be.
This is all the trust.
Well, the trust is gone when they took it out of my pocket without even asking me. That's the
Yes.
trust right there. That's
No.
gone. I don't know. What's your thoughts? Because this is...
I wouldn't accept it. I wouldn't like it. I feel the same way as you. It may have already happened to me. I'm not sure. I have seen it on some items. I think I've been to hotels, accommodation, and I've pulled it up, and I have seen it because they actually give you a bit of a big paper, and just in case you're flicking on things on the TV, maybe. But you see things that are itemised, and I go, oh, and I've noticed the tip there, and I've questioned it, and it wasn't too much, and I just let that slide. But I was looking back on it. I don't think we should let these things slide, because it's going to be steering the direction of America, and it'll become the norm. So, but like you said earlier, we're paying high prices for their hourly rates now.
Yes.
America is on the bottom of the barrel, and so what
They rely on tips, and that's understandable.
we agree to that going there.
Yeah.
But I don't think Australia should be heading down that path. We already pay pretty high prices for food and alcohol here, and their hourly wage. I've got many of friends that are in the hospitality industry, and they do earn a good dollar. Good if you want to tip them solely to themselves. But
yes, individually. Yes.
Solely.
You've done a great job, and I think you deserve an extra, and here it is.
Yep.
Not...
But hidden in the way, the fact hidden on that bill, and I'm sure I've been stung before. I've eaten out a lot of good places, and I'm sure it's the expensive places that do it. They're the ones that would probably manipulate the situation, or whatever you want to call it.
Look, recently they've started bringing in the weekend and public holiday surcharges.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I don't agree with that.
Yep.
I don't agree with that at all. However, they make it clear before you enter that
there.
this is what the policy of this establishment
You'll
is.
see it on the menu, or you'll see it on a chalkboard. You'll see it somewhere.
Yeah. You'll see it. You'll see it at the counter, wherever there are notices to tell you that this is the case.
Yep.
Okay, then you have a choice. Do I want to
Eat out.
partake in this establishment or go elsewhere?
Yep.
You now have a choice.
That's fair enough. That's when you're not given the chance.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
And the other thing is, a lot of them now also, take note of this, charities. The same situation. You pay by card, you get your thing down the bottom, $10 to our favourite charity. Whoa, hang on. Whose charity?
Yeah.
Our favourite charity is what it says down the bottom.
So their favourite charity.
Yeah. So, why don't they donate to my favourite charity? Why do I automatically have to, with my card, donate to theirs?
Yep. And look, I've had that. I don't know if we can name a pub. Can we name a pub?
Well, why not?
Why not? Well, I was at the Birdsville pub. Right, so Central Australia, Birdsville Hotel.
Yep.
And Royal Flying Doctor Service. Bloody good job, bloody good service. They do a marvellous job. But the technique that they've obviously been told to use was, after you buy the beer, when there's a minimal change, $1 or $2, before they hand you the change, is they pull back and say, would you like to donate this to the Royal Flying Doctor Service? And they're about to put the coins in the bucket. And so to me, they're pulling on the heartstrings there. So imagine how many beers they sell, and they're already doing this. And if you go, oh no, I'd like to change, you feel a bit, I don't know, a bit uneasy. And they've got to reach and give it to you. But their hand's already over the bucket.
Yeah.
I noticed that technique at the Birdsville pub hotel, and I didn't like it. I do donate to many charities. I just didn't agree to that form of gesture that I had to do it. And I plan to be there for quite a few hours, so I'm paying cash.
That's not like you at all.
So I could have been donating $100 by the time I've left that pub.
Yeah.
And is it right? No, I think they're playing on our heartstrings. We are, by nature.
They make you feel uncomfortable if you say no, give me the change.
Yeah. And I did make a stand, and I said no. And I said, no, thanks, I'll have that. I'll have the change, and I plan to use that on the next beer and I might donate at the end of it.
Yeah.
So I think one donation out of all the patrons here would be good enough, instead of every time you buy a drink, you've got to donate.
Yeah.
That's the big key.
That's right.
And of course, people don't tend to pick up on how much they're actually collecting over every single drink. So that's a lot of money. But I did find that.
And then there is the other question is, again, like the tips, how much of that will actually end up at the charity?
Go to where it's meant to go.
Yeah.
Look,
because there's no accountability for it. It is going into a bucket.
There is no policing. I mean, this is, look, even the people shaking the tins at the traffic lights.
Oh, yeah.
We all know that, and we've all thought it in our own heads, and stuff can go missing. Money can go missing. It's very hard to put your full trust in these systems, either it's at a pub or it's at a set of traffic lights. But even if you did it electronically and you thought this was safer and it's electronically and it's countable, but we've still got to realise the percentage of what they have to donate.
Yes.
So 30% is what I've been told, up to 30%.
And all the rest, So if they collect $100, only $30 has to be distributed out as part of the charity. The rest is administration costs.
Yeah, for a non-profit organisation, but they will chew that $70 up. Let me tell you, they will. So, look, there are great charities out there. We all know that, but we all know that up to the max. Well, how the words are, that up to 30% has to be
distributed out to the nominated charity as such.
Yep.
Whereas the rest of it is eaten up.
Yep. Well, yeah, and there's no governing body that just follows where and what happens, and we've we spoke about it earlier when I first got here 5 minutes ago about,
Yeah.
over a beer.
How many beers, sorry?
Oh, this is my 1.5. This is my other beer. Like when we have a disaster like fires and we all donate to the fires, and it's a bloody good cause. You know, we want everyone to get rebuilt, get rehomed,
Get back on their feet.
get back to normal.
Yep.
But it's been said that certain charities have received hundreds of millions of dollars and it hasn't gone anywhere as of yet. But they actually state we're saving it for the future events. So, well, hang on a minute. Well, we just donated to this event.
Yeah.
And you're on record saying, well, we'll save it for the future events. And
So what happened to this event? Isn't that what we gave for?
I see it as it's what do you do? Do you not donate? Do you donate? Do you trust? Do you don't trust? Do you accept the little donation that he nearly got scammed out of donating $70 to his extra $700 meal? It was a bloody good meal, and you got to donate another $70? How far are we going with this?
Needless to say, with that $70,
Yeah.
like I said, the missus is still too embarrassed to go back to that place again after my outburst.
Yeah.
But I made it very clear to them
Yeah.
that it's got nothing to do with the $70.
It's the fact that you never communicated.
Yeah, it's the fact that you just automatically took it out of my card without telling me. No communication. I have no way of knowing that.
Where's that going?
That the person who was responsible for serving me and gave me the good service, that is going to go to that person.
That's right. No policing. No, you just got to go by their word. Is their word good enough?
But the upshot of the whole evening on that occasion was that after I made the scene, they offered to, oh no, we'll give you the refund. And I kept telling them, you're missing the whole point.
Yeah.
This is fraud.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
You know, you took money out of my account without telling me anything about it. So, anyway, that's...
Have you guys experienced this?
Oh, look, I'm sure they have. They may not even realise that they have experienced this.
Yep. And if you have, I'd love to know where. How far is this going? Is it in Victoria? Is it in different states?
Hey, wouldn't that make a good video?
Yeah, where?
Yeah.
Different
Name
states.
and shame them. Hey, how's that?
Well, they're obviously not shy of putting it out there, so come on, let's help them.
Yeah, I'd like to help them a lot. So, tell us, does this seem right to you that they can just go ahead and do that without, telling you anything about it?
It's a bit fishy.
Or does it smell fishy? Because I'm hesitant to think that all this money is going where they say it's going. From all the people who don't even realise that they've been scammed, because people don't look at don't worry about the receipt, it'll come up on my account anyway, so I'll know. But on your account, it doesn't show it as an itemised list.
It's not itemised.
So you won't realise.
Good pickup. Yep.
To me, it sounds fishy, and it's not right, and it shouldn't be done, and we shouldn't tolerate it.
That's right. And if we don't comply, we can put an end to it if you guys don't want it.
Yeah,
if
that's
the more
right.
people that don't comply, he didn't comply, put an end to it. If more and more people did that, there you go.
But you know what was funny? When I was having my outburst at them, and they finally gave me the money back, and that's good. But I was noticing out of the corner of my eye, people were pulling receipts out of their pocket and checking their receipts. What, did this really happen to me?
They've already paid.
Yeah.
You cost that company some money.
And rightly so. Anyway, that's us for this one. I don't know what you reckon, but give us a thumbs up and a like and a subscribe. Let us know if this happened to you. And you know what? If enough of you give us feedback on this, we might do a little investigation and name and shame a few establishments. What do you reckon?
Why not? Why
Shit,
not?
yeah.
Give us your comments. Yeah, I'll look forward to it.
Yeah, I love it. Catch you on the next one, guys.